Is it time for recess yet? I'm so glad you found time to join us here on the Childcare Director's Chair, where Erica Sacoccio shares her best practices that she's refined through her passion of directing childcare centers over the last 23 years. From parenting interaction, systems to save you time, money, and stress, to profitability. She shares it all from the Childcare Director's Chair.
Hello. Thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. I hope you're having a great time on this podcast. I certainly am. I love connecting with all of you on our Facebook page. Your inboxes have been wonderful. I love reaching out and talking to all of you. If you haven't had a chance to connect with me, please do so. Go to our Facebook page. I'd love to chat with you there. You can ask any question you want, and I'm happy to answer it. We also have some videos up on our YouTube page that are special content that are not as part of our podcast here. And we'll be creating some more videos for you very soon. But we've got about, 10 or 12 different videos up there that are not content that we have on the podcast. So yesterday I talked a little bit about what you need to do to open up a child care center if you're thinking of opening up one your own. But let me tell you, it takes more than the tactics or knowing what you need to do. There are a very unique set of skills and traits that ensure the well-being and development of children under the care. And the exceptional child care owner possesses certain qualities that set them apart from the rest. In today's episode, we'll talk a little bit about the essential traits that you really need to have to be exceptional in this field that I love so much. The first thing I have to say, without this number one, you're going to burn out really quick and you're going to be really ready to sell your center in a couple years. You won't make it the long haul. So number one is passion. Exceptional childcare owners who have a genuine love and passion for working with children. They find joy and nurturing in guiding them through their early years, or even their school age years, or their youth years, depending on the age group that you serve. Now, many gurus are going to tell you to get out of your business and just work on your business. Don't work in your business. There is some truth to that, but most people who get into this field get into it because we love children, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I want to spread that message that it is okay to be excited and passionate about having great quality childcare. Does that mean that you put all the other things aside and you don't get out and you don't market your program and you don't engage with the community and other business owners? Of course not. But you can be passionate about what you're doing and doing all those other things as well. So number one for me is you have to have a passion for having excellent care for your children. Number two is patience. Patience is a virtue, especially when dealing with young children. Exceptional childcare owners understand that each child is unique and may require different levels of patience and understanding. And let's be honest, it isn't only the children who need our patience. Our staff sometimes need our patience, as they also are human beings who go through different things in their life. I have been in the field a really long time, and I have been with some staff who have had births of children, loss of family members, losses of jobs, divorces, weddings, all these different things that happen over a span of 10, 15, 20 years. And if you're lucky enough to have staff with you for such a period of time, you're going to also need to use some patience with them in certain instances. And then parents also need your patience. Sometimes parents are struggling too. So having patience with those around you really makes a difference. And exceptional childcare leaders understand that your vibe that you have is going to resonate through your tribe. I hate to say, but it's true. So, when you are patient and calm and in control, so will the people who are around you. You have to be flexible. Childcare owners need to be adaptable and flexible to handle the ever-changing needs and demands of both the children and the families. And, we saw that through COVID. I mean, talk about flexibility. I don't know anybody who was as flexible as we were, right? One day this was a regulation. Literally the next day it was a whole different regulation, right? We were all kind of going through that together and expecting patience from us and for us as well. So, being flexible is something that, high quality childcare owners understand that they have to be. The next thing should go without saying, but communication skills. Effective communication is important in a childcare setting. And important is probably not even a strong enough word. Exceptional childcare owners possess excellent communication skills to interact with children, parents, and staff members. And remember, communication is done through so many methods. It's not only the talking, but it's also the listening. It's also the being there so people can share their thoughts and feelings with you as well. And then, communicating how you can help solve a problem, which will really roll us right over into our next trait is empathy. Understanding empathy and emotions and needs of the children and their families is vital for exceptional childcare owners. We understand that we need to have empathy. We still need to run a strong business. We still have to have great policies. But it doesn't mean that you have to treat people in a way that's not empathetic, right? Because I think what happens is, and this is, not my saying, but, people will not always remember the words you said, but how you made them feel. And so always think about that when you talk. Hold yourself to a higher standard and, really treat everyone like a human being, even in those difficult conversations. The next thing we know is that you have to have amazing organizational skills. And if you don't, you have to have the right people in place to help support you. Because running a childcare facility requires strong organizational skills to manage schedules, paperwork, daily operations, and all the things in between. And it's okay if you don't have every one of these traits on the list, but you have to have a majority of them. And if you don't have enough of them in place, you're going to really struggle. Or you really have to build an amazing team around you and then work on your own development in those areas where you need that support. The next thing is creativity. Exceptional childcare owners are creative in their approach to engage in children and stimulating activities to create a nurturing environment. And let's face it, nowadays, we have to get creative with our budget. We have to get creative with the supplies. We have to get creative with our marketing. There's so many times that we need to be creative and think outside of the box. And that's okay. And that's okay to have to do that. Not everybody has the same resources. And you shouldn't feel bad about that. What you really need to do, though, is figure out what you do have and you build off of that. And stay positive. Keep your mindset positive. Because when you do, you get momentum. And the more positivity that you lay out there, the more that it will come back to you. So I know that sounds corny and cliche, but it's really true. And I really do believe that. The next thing, obviously, you have to be a great leader. Leading a team of childcare professionals requires strong leadership skills. Exceptional childcare owners inspire and motivate their staff to provide the best possible care. Now, I noticed I didn't say the word manager. There are some things you manage, I don't want to manage my people. I want to inspire them and motivate them. I want them to, not only do I want to motivate them, but I also want them to motivate themselves, because that is equally important. And the more confident they get, the more they will do that. The more they will take those risks. The more they will try new things that they were afraid to try in other programs. I love that about my program. I love that about some of the ways that I lead my team. I can't even, I love watching the children grow, but I can't lie. I really love watching the staff grow too, just as much. I've worked with some ladies that really, they started as, toddler teachers, and then they moved to teachers, then they went back to college. Now they're directors of programs. Like, it's just so amazing to see. Even with my own daughter, who was a child in the program, who now, finished her CDA. She's now a director of a program, continually always learning best practice. So amazing with her organizational skills, and I could gush and go on and on. But anyway, my point is, great leaders really inspire and motivate. And that looks different for everybody. And sometimes you have some really strong folks who just, you're behind them and you're like, you got this, go ahead, go. And then you have other people a little shyer, whom you may need to say, I'm on the side of you, and we'll do this together, right? Or you might have some really new newbies will be like, let me show you the way, follow me, right? So again, everybody has different leadership styles, but at the end of the day, what's your goal? And for me, it's inspire and motivate my staff to be the very, very best that they can be. Now, as a childcare owner, you have to be able to problem solve. You must be able to think on your feet and find solutions to various challenges that may arise at your facility. And these things can happen very quickly. So sometimes your emergencies are like, we ran out of glue, which, may not be emergency for you, but a teacher who has an art project in 10 minutes, it may be an emergency to them. But, we have some big challenges. It could be somebody got hurt. It could be a slander on Facebook. There's so many different problem-solving things that we need to be able to do very, very quickly. And great owners know how to do that with ease, and they stay calm and in control. You have to be knowledgeable. Exceptional childcare owners stay up to date with latest research, best practices, and regulations in the field of early childhood education, school age, and youth development. And I do point those out because they are not the same. And as somebody who runs a summer camp program and a school age program, and even at some points of time, a youth program, they are very, very different. And so I have to really understand that as an owner. My school age program is not, I repeat, is not just another room down the hall that I decided I don't want to let go of my kindergartners, so now I have a school age program. A school age program has unique differences in everything. And so my training and knowledge also has to be highly skilled in what my school age children need. And so I want you as a childcare owner to really remember that. All of the age groups that you serve equally deserve your time and dedication. And if you don't have that and aren't able to do that, then you shouldn't be serving that age group. I'm sorry, but that's the truth of it. Compassion. You have to show compassion towards children and their families and create a warm, welcoming atmosphere in your childcare facility. Now, I have to say this is an area where my team excels. I can't tell you how many people come in, from guest visitors that come in to people who tour, who always comment how warm and welcoming our school is. When you walk in our center, everyone says hello. When you leave, everyone says goodbye. And they're real goodbyes. They're real hellos. They really do care, and you feel it. You know it when you walk in. And that comes from the top. That comes from you. So you have to be compassionate. Next, you have to really have resilience. Childcare owners face numerous challenges and setbacks. Right now, I can imagine you probably have a few right now, either staffing or budgets or renegotiating contracts. Exceptional owners possess resilience, and we bounce back from difficulties with determination. And of course, a plan, right? It's more than just I'm going to will myself to be able to make it through the storm. No, it's not willing yourself. It's having a plan, staying focused, and putting that plan into action. You have to have attention to detail. Exceptional childcare owners pay very close attention to the smallest details to ensure the safety and well-being of the children in their care. Also, attention to detail to be competitive, to make sure the things that, are the plants outside of your program dead? Are they watered? Are they weeded? Are the signs raggedy? Are they starting to fall apart? Have you looked at your curb appeal lately? Have you power washed your building? Have you painted your decks? All of these things, those attention to detail, that's where exceptional childcare owners need to really pay attention. And I know, in all fairness, in the last couple years, we really have had our focus on COVID and keeping people safe and ever-changing regulations and all of those things. A lot of that has subsided. And I want to say to all of you, if we could get back to the attention of detail. What does it sound like when people walk in your center? Are there sounds of joy? Are there sounds of nice, relaxing music? Or are there sounds of crying children and screaming teachers? What does it smell like? Does it smell clean? Does it smell airy and light? Or does it smell like stinky diapers or over-fragrant perfume? Right? Think about these things. What does it look like? What does it sound like? When somebody comes in for a tour, do you offer them water? Do you offer them a snack? All these things, all these details. Great childcare owners know the more attention they pay to detail, the more desirable their program will be. More desirable to not only families, but the teachers who work there. Adaptability. The ability to adapt to new situations and handle unexpected changes is so important. So we all have to be able to adapt. And I think we've all done a pretty good job. If you have made it through the last couple years and you're not hanging up your hat and you're in it for the long haul, congratulations, I applaud you. And you know that you've had to do some adaptation, and we're going to continue to have to do some adaptation. And that's just kind of part of the game. But great childcare owners, we know that, and we're ready. You have to have a positive attitude. Maintaining a positive attitude helps create a happy and supportive environment for both the children and the staff. And then for yourself, when you have a great attitude and a positive attitude, that says everything. And it also helps your own mental health, right? Knowing that you are in control. You can't control everything in the world, but you certainly can control how you feel about it and how you react to it. You need to be able to collaborate. Exceptional childcare owners understand the importance of collaboration. We work closely with our parents, with our staff, and other professionals to provide great care. Do you have professionals who come into your building on a regular basis? Perhaps you work with early intervention or child outreach, or maybe your program is run in a school or a church. How are you collaborating with them? Because collaboration, and the more you do it, the more you will be known as an amazing childcare owner. Professionalism, without a doubt, is something I hold very high in my heart. I talk about it a lot. It's one of my 4 core values. And exceptional childcare owners maintain a very high level of professionalism in all aspects of your work, from communication to appearance to what you're working on, inside your program, outside your program, making yourself continue to grow. which we'll talk about that in a minute, but all those things really speak to your professionalism. Are you part of NACI? Are you part of the National After School Association? Are you part of, a local chapter of the Chamber of Commerce? Being part of all of those things really does elevate the way you think, the way you see yourself, and the way others see you as a professional. Respecting the individuality and diversity of each child and their family is a key trait for exceptional childcare owners. Not only respecting your staff, your families, but also your staff, and respecting that they may have different values and beliefs. And as long as your staff are staying within your policies of your program, you need to respect that individuality. I love individuality, to be quite honest. Continuous learning that I talk about in every episode, and you're probably sick of hearing it, and I'm never going to be sick of saying it. Exceptional childcare owners are committed to their professional development and are continuously seeking opportunities to enhance their knowledge and their skills. And good for you for tuning into today's podcast, because this is a great example of how you continue to work on your knowledge and your skills, how you continue to hop into conversations about best practice. And if you haven't jumped into our Facebook page, I would love for you to hop on over to our Facebook page. We would love to hear from you. I love to talk with all of you in the community. So please do, and let me know, some of your favorite continuous learning programs that are out there. And lastly, love for learning. Exceptional childcare owners have a genuine love for learning and instill this passion in the children that they care for. So, in conclusion, exceptional childcare owners possess a unique combination of traits that make them stand out in their field. From passion and patience to leadership and continuous learning. These individuals go above and beyond to provide the best care and support for the children, the staff, and their community. So thank you for tuning in and spending a little bit of time with me today. This has been your host, Erica Sicoccio, and the Child Care Director's Chair. Have a fantastic day.
Well, all the cute little kiddos have been picked up and it's time to go home. And that'll do it for another episode of the Child Care Director's Chair. Please leave a review so Erica knows the information is helping you to manage and improve your childcare centers. Remember to subscribe to get the latest episode from Erica's Child Care Director's Chair.